Ever wondered why a viral celebrity rant suddenly turns into an internet-wide conspiracy investigation? When former child star Orlando Brown went on a rambling tirade, claiming Beyoncé was his grandmother and accusing Hollywood heavyweights like Jay-Z and Diddy of targeting him, most viewers brushed it off as a tragic public breakdown. But across social media, a dedicated fringe audience saw something else entirely, a coded whistleblower exposing the dark underbelly of the music industry. From decoding Blue Ivy's name to obsessing over high fashion choices at the Met Gala, conspiracy theorists have spent years connecting unrelateds. They point to allegations from former associates, strange outfit details, and alleged hidden symbolism to build an elaborate narrative of secret societies, ritualistic handoffs, and occult control. Is there actually a hidden puzzle waiting to be solved behind the curated glamour of the entertainment world? Or are people simply weaving dramatic fiction out of random, unconnected facts? Let's break down the bizarre web of claims, the internet sleuths driving them, and the reality behind the rumors. The public unraveling of former Disney actor Orlando Brown has long been documented in tabloid headlines, but his viral video rants marked a dramatic shift from erratic behavior to full-scale conspiracy fodder. In a series of internet videos, Brown made astonishing statements, claiming Beyoncé was his biological grandmother, referring to Jay-Z as Uncle Sean, and insisting he possessed secret knowledge that made him a target for industry elites. While the vast majority of viewers saw a troubled individual in need of help, conspiracy communities began analyzing his statements as encrypted dispatches from an insider trying to blow the whistle. Brown explicitly named high-profile figures, claiming that individuals like Jay-Z and Diddy were actively attempting to silence him. He framed his struggles not as a personal breakdown, but as a spiritual battle, insisting that God had sent him to stand against dark forces controlling the music business. He referred to a condition he called God, explaining that divine intervention prevented him from making deals with industry power brokers or participating in behind-the-scenes compromises. To the casual scroller, these were disjointed accusations. To conspiracy sleuths, they were coded warnings pointing directly toward Hollywood's highest-ranking power couple, the Carters. Orlando Brown is far from the only figure whose statements have fed the narrative surrounding the Carters. Over the years, several individuals with former ties to the music industry have made publicly documented allegations involving dark arts, spiritual control, and occult practices, adding fuel to the theories surrounding Jay-Z and Beyoncé. One of the most publicized legal cases involved Kimberly Thompson, Beyoncé's former touring drummer who played with her all-female band for 7 years. In 2018, Thompson sought a civil harassment restraining order against the singer, leveling extreme allegations. Court documents revealed that Thompson claimed Beyoncé was practicing extreme witchcraft, using dark spells to conduct constant surveillance, control her personal finances, and even cause harm to her pets. Though the court swiftly denied the temporary restraining order and ultimately dismissed the case, the media storm surrounding the filing provided conspiracy theorists with what they believed was official legal documentation of occult activity within the Carter empire. Similarly, former NFL player turned commentator Larry Johnson made headlines by alleging that top-tier entertainment figures operate under Luciferian principles and ancient esoteric doctrines. Johnson publicly stated that a closer listen to mainstream music reveals hidden allegiances to occult systems, asserting that artists at the top of the industry are aligned with spiritual forces opposing traditional religious beliefs. The conversation expanded further with statements attributed to artist MIA, who had previous business management ties to Roc Nation. Public commentary surrounding her career trajectory sparked discussions about the price of mainstream success, with critics and commentators questioning whether artists are pressured to adopt specific, dark aesthetics, ranging from blood imagery to occult symbolism, to maintain their standing in the pop landscape. When individual stories from figures like Kimberly Thompson, Larry Johnson, and Jaguar Wright are combined with Orlando Brown's rants, conspiracy channels assemble them into a single, cohesive narrative. To those convinced of a deeper cover-up, these claims are not isolated incidents of personal disputes or mental health crises, but rather recurring patterns of warnings coming from inside the industry walls. At the center of this expanding web of theories sits Blue Ivy Carter. Ever since her birth, The internet has targeted the child of pop royalty with absurd urban legends. Early viral rumors claimed that her name was a hidden anagram translating to Lucifer's daughter in Latin, or an acronym standing for Born Living Under Evil and Illuminati's Very Youngest. Despite lacking any linguistic or factual basis, these claims spread rapidly across online forums, establishing a precedent of intense public scrutiny over her life. As Blue Ivy grew older and began stepping onto global stages, performing alongside her mother on the Renaissance World Tour and attending elite fashion events, the scrutiny intensified. Conspiracy analysts shifted their focus from her name to her public image, viewing every outfit, gesture, and appearance as a calculated move in an ongoing ritual. A primary focal point for these theories occurred at the Met Gala. The event traditionally maintains an adult-focused guest list, leading theorists to question the strategic presence of a minor at such a high-profile industry gathering. Sleuths parsed the fashion choices of the Carter family, interpreting the subtle details of their attire as symbolic messages. Commentators drew comparisons between Beyoncé's dramatic gown and classical Gothic artwork, specifically citing pieces like Caroline Duriex's 1944 print The Visitor, which depicts a skeletal figure at a threshold, a motif historically linked to mortality and transition. Theorists argued that Blue Ivy's structured, formal dress appeared ceremonial, noting how her accessories matched her mother's visual aesthetic rather than standing on their own. Online sleuths quickly built a narrative around these visual cues, claiming the event represented a symbolic passing of the torch, a transfer of the public persona known as Sasha Fierce from mother to daughter. The inclusion of high-fashion houses like Balenciaga in the family's wardrobe choices only heightened online speculation. Following controversial corporate marketing campaigns that drew sharp public backlash, internet communities began associating any celebrity linked to the brand with hidden, systemic agendas. By connecting unrelated corporate controversies to fashion choices made on a red carpet, theorists constructed an elaborate puzzle, convincing themselves that every designer label and photo placement carried an underlying message. To Orlando Brown and those who follow his narrative, Blue Ivy's tightly controlled public image is not simply the natural result of high-profile parenting and elite security. It is evidence of a calculated preparation for a larger role within an entertainment dynasty. The constant security, the curated red carpet poses, and the restricted access to the outside world are viewed through this lens as signs of an isolated upbringing designed to preserve an industry legacy. The narrative built around Orlando Brown, the Carters, and the music industry highlights the powerful role of internet sleuthing in the modern era. When public figures navigate their lives under an intense spotlight, every creative choice, outfit, and legal dispute can be reinterpreted to fit a broader story. What one person sees as random events, personal struggles, and high-fashion artistic choices, another views as an intricate web of hidden clues. Whether these theories are viewed as baseless internet lore or as a fascinating look into celebrity culture, the obsession with finding hidden meaning behind the glamour continues to captivate millions. The mechanisms driving these online conspiracies reveal a distinct pattern in how digital communities consume celebrity culture. When public figures reach an elite tier of fame, their lives become subject to an unprecedented level of breakdown. Every award show appearance, music video aesthetic, and Instagram post is analyzed by millions of people searching for subtext. In the case of the Carter family, the extreme privacy they maintain behind the scenes creates a narrative vacuum, one that the internet eagerly fills with speculation. Psychologists and media analysts refer to this phenomenon as a form of apophenia, the human tendency to perceive meaningful connections between unrelated things. When a high-fashion house designs a dramatic red carpet outfit, it is intended as visual art. When a music video incorporates mythological symbols, such as references to Yoruba deities like Oshun or Umoja, which Beyoncé explicitly explored in her visual album Lemonade, it is rooted in artistic expression and cultural heritage. However, within conspiracy subcultures, these artistic choices are stripped of their artistic context and reassembled into evidence of occult practices. This pattern is not exclusive to the Carters. Throughout history, megastars from the Beatles to Michael Jackson have had urban legends and dark rumors attached to their names. The difference today lies in the speed and scale of amplification. Social media algorithms reward high engagement content, meaning sensational claims about secret societies and industry rituals often receive millions of views before factual corrections can ever catch up. A critical, yet frequently overlooked, aspect of this narrative is the real-world human cost involving individuals like Orlando Brown. The former child actor's struggles with mental health and substance abuse have been documented over many years, accompanied by multiple legal troubles and public interventions. In a healthier media ecosystem, statements made by someone experiencing severe psychological distress would be met with medical support and empathy. Instead, the digital content machine often monetizes these vulnerable moments. Commentary channels, podcast hosts, and conspiracy creators clip erratic interviews, add dramatic background music, and present disorganized thoughts as hidden truths. By treating an individual's personal crisis as a whistleblowing event, online audiences inadvertently validate ungrounded beliefs while ignoring the obvious need for medical care. The same dynamic applies to former industry figures who file sensationalized lawsuits. When Kimberly Thompson filed for a restraining order alleging witchcraft, the legal system recognized the claims as lacking factual evidence and dismissed the case. Yet, on the internet, the simple act of filing a document is often treated as proof of the claim itself. Unsubstantiated court papers become immortalized as evidence, quoted endlessly in YouTube essays and forum threads long after the legal proceedings have ended. To understand why these theories gain such strong traction, one must look at how pop royalty deliberately uses symbolism to build their brand identity. Artists like Beyoncé and Jay-Z operate at a level where every public move is intentional. The visual storytelling in their concert tours, fashion choices, and red carpet appearances is designed to evoke power, history, and mythology. When Blue Ivy joined her mother on stage during the Renaissance World Tour, critics and fans alike celebrated her performance as a remarkable display of talent and growth for a teenager performing in front of stadium crowds. The matching outfits and choreographed routines were a clear tribute to family legacy and professional training. However, conspiracy frameworks take these exact same moments of artistic coordination and flip their meaning. A synchronized dance routine becomes a ritual sequence. A matching designer ensemble becomes a ceremonial handoff. A mother protecting her child's privacy with heavy security becomes isolation and control. By swapping the lens through which these events are viewed, completely normal aspects of extreme wealth, fame, and stage production are transformed into a dark thriller script. As the line between entertainment, internet folklore, and reality continues to blur, viewers are left to navigate a dense landscape of information. The stories surrounding Orlando Brown, hidden codes, and industry secrets highlight a deep-seated public fascination with power dynamics and the unseen motives of the ultra-famous. Ultimately, the web of claims linking celebrity rants, red carpet fashion, and ancient symbolism says far more about internet culture than it does about the individuals targeted by the rumors. While the temptation to find secret puzzles in pop culture remains strong, a closer look reveals that the real story is often much simpler, a combination of high-level brand management, dramatic artistic expression, and the unfiltered echo chamber of the internet age. The digital ecosystem we navigate today is specifically designed to reward the most sensational interpretations of reality, transforming the unfiltered echo chamber of the internet age into a highly profitable industry. When an algorithm detects that a user has paused on a video analyzing the spacing of Blue Ivy's footsteps or the fabric of Beyoncé's dress, it immediately serves them a dozen more videos just like it. This creates a feedback loop where mere coincidences are repeated so frequently that they begin to feel like established facts. Content creators understand this algorithmic hunger perfectly. They know that a nuanced discussion about Orlando Brown's documented struggles with addiction and psychological distress will generate a fraction of the views compared to a video claiming he is a targeted whistleblower exposing a celebrity cabal. The financial incentives of social media heavily favor the conspiracy narrative, meaning the truth is often buried simply because it does not generate enough ad revenue. In this environment, The actual human beings at the center of these stories are reduced to characters in a digital thriller, stripped of their humanity to serve a never-ending demand for mystery and intrigue. This phenomenon becomes even more complex when examining how society historically reacts to artists of color who achieve unprecedented levels of wealth and institutional power. For decades, the rise of Black billionaires and cultural titans like Jay-Z and Beyoncé has been trailed by whispers of secret societies and dark pacts. Instead of attributing their massive empires to decades of relentless work ethic, strategic business acumen, and unparalleled talent, conspiracy theorists often resort to the Illuminati trope. This narrative subtly undermines their achievements, suggesting that such immense success could not possibly be attained through natural means or intellectual brilliance, but must instead be the result of a supernatural or sinister bargain. When MI or former associates make vague remarks about the industry's dark side, or when individuals like Larry Johnson connect hip-hop to esoteric doctrines, these statements are weaponized by online communities to validate a pre-existing bias. It becomes a way to rationalize the immense gap in power and influence between the global elite and the average internet user. By framing these entertainers as occult operatives, the theorists construct a worldview where the world is controlled by visible villains, which, ironically, feels safer to them than accepting the chaotic, random nature of global capitalism and the entertainment industry. At the absolute center of this swirling digital vortex is Blue Ivy, a young woman who has committed no crime other than being born into one of the most famous families on the planet. The fixation on her every move represents one of the most troubling aspects of modern celebrity lore. Theorists dissecting her appearances at the Met Gala or her performances on the Renaissance tour often forget that they are projecting intense, dark fantasies onto a teenager. When they claim her clothing choices are part of a ceremonial handoff or that her security detail is evidence of cult-like isolation, they erase her basic reality. She is a minor navigating adolescence under an incredibly magnifying glass. The polished red carpet poses are not evidence of mind control. They are the necessary defense mechanisms of a child who has been photographed by strangers since the day she was born. The matching designer outfits are not a ritualistic uniform, but the perks and pressures of growing up in a household where fashion is treated as high art. Turning a teenager's coming of age into an internet-wide conspiracy investigation demonstrates a profound lack of empathy, prioritizing digital entertainment over the well-being of a real person who is simply trying to figure out her place in the world while standing on a global stage. Furthermore, the reliance on voices like Orlando Brown to anchor these massive conspiracy theories highlights a collective societal failure in how we process mental health in the public eye. Brown's erratic statements, spanning from claiming familial ties with pop stars to predicting industry downfalls, are classic hallmarks of a severe crisis, not a hidden puzzle waiting to be decoded. By framing his tragic public deterioration as a brave stand against dark forces, internet commentators do a massive disservice to the very real issue of psychological illness. They encourage his delusions, rewarding erratic behavior with millions of views, likes, and shares, which only further isolates the individual from the genuine medical help they need. This dynamic creates a dangerous precedent where any public figure experiencing a visible mental health crisis can be instantly rebranded as a truth teller or a martyr by conspiracy communities. It shifts the conversation away from structural issues within the child acting industry, which undeniably has a history of traumatizing its young stars, and replaces it with supernatural fiction. The real darkness in Hollywood is often much more mundane. It is the exploitation of vulnerable people, the immense pressure of fame, and the failure of support systems to protect those who fall through the cracks. But because a broken support system is a complex, depressing reality, the internet chooses the thrilling lie of witches, rituals, and secret societies instead. Ultimately, the enduring mystery surrounding the Carter family and their critics is a reflection of the audience's own desires and fears. We live in an era where trust in traditional institutions is at an all-time low, making people incredibly susceptible to alternative explanations for how the world operates. When we see an artist commanding a stadium of 80,000 screaming fans with near-religious devotion, it evokes a sense of awe that is easily twisted into suspicion. The imagery of power, The grand staging, the esoteric references in music videos, the guarded privacy, acts as a blank canvas for the public's imagination. But pulling back the curtain usually reveals an answer that is entirely grounded in reality. The music industry is ruthless. Business dealings often leave former associates bitter, and the psychological toll of fame can easily shatter those who are not insulated by wealth and a tight inner circle. The stories of Kimberly Thompson's lawsuits, Jaguar rights accusations, and Orlando Brown's viral rants are not the puzzle pieces of a grand occult design. They are the fragmented, messy byproducts of a highly competitive pressure cooker industry colliding with human vulnerability. As we consume these stories, the responsibility falls on the viewer to distinguish between captivating fiction and objective truth. The allure of the hidden message will always be intoxicating. It feels empowering to believe that you are part of a select group that can see the truth hidden in plain sight, decoding the symbols that the rest of the world blindly ignores. But indulging in these fantasies comes at the cost of reality, often at the expense of those who are suffering from genuine crises or young people simply trying to live their lives. The next time a viral rant trends online or a red carpet outfit sparks 1,000 reaction videos, the most rebellious act is not to fall down the rabbit hole of hidden meanings. The truly rebellious act is to step back, recognize the mechanics of the internet outrage machine, and accept that sometimes a dress is just a dress, a song is just a song, and a cry for help is exactly that. What do you think drives this relentless need to uncover secret plots in pop culture, and how can audiences become more mindful of the real human lives caught in the crossfire?